Hello? The Smoky S's. Good day, David. Can everybody hear me and see me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Just want to make sure I can get everything as it should be. So you can hear and see me, guys. That's all I want to know. Okay, excellent, excellent. Just loading up a few more things and then I can get to it, guys. Just give me a few seconds. Copy. Okay, I think we are all okay now. Move this to the side. Excellent. Right. Okay, I'm moving this chat to the side so I can see it all. Okay, I'm here. Finally. I'll stick around for about an hour, guys. Maybe a little bit more if more people talk to me. So let me go through some of the chat. So obviously we're going to be talking about a lot of horror. If you've got anything to talk about other than horror, I don't mind, as long as we can keep the chat flowing. So first question that I see is your thoughts on H5, Halloween 5. That's a good first question. I hate it. Well, I don't hate any Halloween movie. I just don't really like Halloween 5. If I was to put on any Halloween movie, Halloween 5 would be near the bottom of the list to put on. Cool room. I mean, this is my attic that I'm in. This is where I do most of my video shooting. Most of my editing doesn't happen up here because it gets a little bit cold. At the moment, my house is roasting and the attic is the only place I can cool down. So I thought I would do a live chat in my attic. What is your opinion on how Chucky looks in the new Child's Play? I think he looks okay. I have said it in a few videos that some people think that he looks terrible and he looks nothing like the original, but I don't think they're going for that. Back in excuse me, back in 1988, I'm pretty sure most people had the same opinion about that Chucky. He looks a little bit ridiculous. Don't really care for the movie. The movie looks silly. So I think we're used to that now, to be honest. Just getting some messages there. Have you heard the soundtrack to Child's Play? It's amazing. No, I've not heard it. I've seen it online, but I don't think I'm going to listen to it, to be honest. I think I'm going to wait for the movie. I've done the same with Halloween. I listened to one track on John Carpenter's Halloween soundtrack for the 2018 movie, and I decided that was it. That's all I wanted to listen to. I thought I'd just wait for the movie, so I was surprised by that. Do you think we should get a Chucky TV series? There's talks going on about it. What do you think? Well, there already is. Apparently, this has been in the works for a good while, over a year now. There's going to be a TV series and a couple of movies, video on demand movies, just like the last two Chucky movies. So I don't know. I think they're maybe trying too hard because there's a remake coming out. But I personally think that the original Chucky franchise is dead simply because of cult of Chucky. But you never know. It might be good, but I don't see that happening. The second and third track really gave off a Child's Play 2 vibe. Well, that's good to know because I do like the Child's Play 2 soundtrack. Very childlike. What's your opinion on the Doctor Sleep trailer? I never got a chance to do a reaction video for it, simply because I didn't even know what Doctor Sleep was. I watched the trailer for it, and the trailer was excellent. I remember halfway through the trailer when Ewan McGregor woke up and he saw red rum on his wall. I was like, oh, that's the same as The Shining, and in fact, the font was the same as The Shining. I thought it was quite weird. And then I saw clips of The Shining. I'm like, is this a sequel to The Shining? And it turns out it was. So, very surprised. I wish I did a reaction video to that because I actually was like, whoa, that looks really good. Love what you're doing with your toys on your wall. I think it looks great. Not quite got there yet. You can see there. There's some old nails on the wall up in the attic. Again, that wasn't me done that. I might actually put a few all over the place and make it look quite natural. And I need to buy some NECA figure stands because these, you can stick them in the pegs and that way they won't fall down because they're very clumsy if you just leave them hanging about. So I might get a few NECA stands so that they don't just fall over, especially if I'm putting them up that high. If they were to fall, they'd probably break. What do you think about the new Peekaboo clip that was released for Child's Play? I haven't seen it. I'm going to see the movie on Friday, so I don't think for me there's any point in watching TV spots or anything because they do give a little bit more away than trailers sometimes. So I've decided only to watch the first two trailers, which were good. The first trailer was a good teaser trailer, and then the next trailer was a good full trailer to let us know what's going to happen. That was good enough for me, so I'm just going to leave it at that and go and see the movie on Friday. Are you looking forward to the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie? Grew up on those books, so I'm very excited for it. I was actually talking to Jimmy Champagne on Twitter about this. I'd never heard of the book series. I'm from the UK, so I never heard of it. And he's saying that they're very big in the US. Again, I didn't know. And we're talking about the box office for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's been estimated that it's going to make about $10 million on its first weekend. And those estimations are low to a lot of people, including Jimmy. I haven't seen a lot of advertisements for it. He said there was a couple of Super Bowl spots, which I saw, but those were very minimalistic and they were teaser spots. But since then, there hasn't been anything else since then. And I've been pretty good with estimating and predicting box office openings. And I think the domestic box office opening for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark will be around about $7 million. And people again are just saying to me that's rubbish. It's going to make a lot more than that, which is fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I also got shot down for saying that Black Panther was going to make more than Infinity War. I was like, fine, that's your opinion, but it's just my opinion that it will make more, and it did. I was shot down for saying that Endgame won't make as much as Avatar worldwide. It hasn't yet, and it probably won't, but again, I was shot down for that. So I don't mind being shot down every time because I know most of the time I am right. And when I am wrong, I'm happy that I'm wrong sometimes because I want Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark to make a lot of money. Because it reminds me of Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps. I've never read the books, so I don't know. So you can let me know if Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is something that's worth watching. What's up, Mikey Films? Hey, buddy. Stay Metal Ray. Hope all is well. The G-Man. Hillbilly Creeper. Hi. Stay Metal Ray. What franchise is your favourite and why? My franchise, it's hard to decide because everybody's going to expect me to say Halloween. And it is that's the obvious choice, is Halloween, because it is my favourite, because it features my favourite horror movie of all time, Halloween. But I don't have as much fun with the Halloween franchise as I do with the Friday the 13th franchise, and the Final Destination franchise for that matter. So I have a lot of fun with other franchises, but my favourite is the Halloween franchise. Howdy, Jeffrey. Glad you can join us. Jeffrey's one of my patrons on my Patreon page, guys, and he's requested for me to watch Red Eye, do a movie review for that, and that's coming this Monday, so look out for that. The Smoky S's has said, do you think a director should copy visual style when doing a sequel to a movie? It really depends. I think it worked with Halloween 2 with Rick Rosenthal in 1981 because it was set in the same night, so it had to flow like it was the one movie. So I think that kind of style of direction is necessary, but I don't think it's necessary when you're doing a sequel, a prequel, or a reboot to a movie, because it's not connected as much as the same night as the first two Halloween movies. So it really just depends. If it was me, I would try and direct a movie that made it look as if it was a sequel to that franchise, but try and make it my own as well. C-Dub, what's your favourite horror movie of 2019? Well, the horror movies aren't really out yet. There have been a couple, and so far, I think Us is probably my favourite horror movie of 2019, and that's just so expected for a lot of people to say, oh, it's going to be Us. I don't want to say Us, but it is a matter of fact for me. Us is my favourite so far. David James, need to know, in your opinion, which is best, Village of the Damned or Children of the Corn? Do either deserve the poor score on Rotten Tomatoes? Yes, I think both of them do deserve the scores that they get on Rotten Tomatoes, because they aren't really well-directed movies. They're not exciting movies, and they're not the best movies that you would stick on all the time and watch over and over again. I think they're one-time watch movies, and if you want to watch them again in the future, you have to wait a while. But because I'm an 80s kid and I love John Carpenter, then I do quite like Children of the Corn and Village of the Damned. If I had to choose between both of them, I would say Village of the Damned is my favourite out of the two. They are very similar, obviously, and that's why you're asking, I'm sure, but Village of the Damned just sneaks it for me. Michael Duncan, have you seen the Brightburn movie? Which is if Young Superman was bad. No, I haven't seen it yet because I'm from the UK and they decided to wait a month for us to see it. So I think it's out next week in the UK. Don't know anything about it yet, so please don't spoil it for me. I will watch it. It does look good. A lot of people say it's great. So yeah, I'm going to check it out and I'll give you all my thoughts. Apparently, Justin, what's your top 3 favourite Arrow video releases? I can't really answer that. You can't see them here, but behind here is all my Blu-rays and DVDs and 4Ks that I haven't packed out yet. They're all in boxes. All my boxes are here. So it's hard to answer that, to be honest. It's basically probably what's my favourite movie that's been released by Arrow, and I don't know. Dawn of the Dead, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll come back to you on that one. They released a new trailer for Scary Stories, a full-length trailer, and it's really cool. Yeah, I watched that trailer as well, but not a lot of people are talking about it. And again, people are saying to me, you don't have an opinion because you're from the UK. Well, yeah, I do have an opinion because even though I'm from the UK, I have access to the internet and I know what's popular. And at this moment in time, although it does look good, it's just not getting a lot of advertisement. It's not getting a lot of marketing. So I think if it fails, it's probably down to the marketing for the movie. Have you ever seen Adam Chaplin? No, never heard of it. Is it a horror? Or is it a person? I don't know. Are You Afraid of the Dark is getting a movie, and are you wearing Chucky's shirt? So, first of all, yes, I'm wearing Chucky's shirt. Not Charles Lee Ray, but Chucky. And Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, not only is it getting a movie, the movie was supposed to come out in October this year, and Gary Doberman was writing the script for it, the guy who done It from 2017, and he pulled out, so they've had to delay the movie till next year. However, we're getting 3 episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark this year, this October, and I'm hoping that these 3 episodes are successful so we can get another series coming out of it, because who doesn't love Are You Afraid of the Dark? Likens8 has said Friday isn't as good as Halloween on an individual basis, but overall is way better. Yeah, I think it's your taste, basically. What do you like better? I think that Friday is more fun, so it can make mistakes and we can forgive it easily for the mistakes that it makes. Whereas Halloween is a serious movie like Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, The Exorcist. So when it does something stupid, it's unforgivable, and we tend not to forget the mistakes that it makes. C-Dub, yes, Us was very good, enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was really good. Not amazing, but it's probably for me the best horror movie of 2019 so far. PJ's Classic Trance Channel, I like that name. Hey Wolfman, I'm from Northern Ireland, and I'm just finding out a movie called The Devil's Doorway. It's a horror movie, and it's about 2 priests, both Irish, to investigate events happening at a house. I'm assuming that's a house. Sounds interesting. Sounds like The Conjuring style, but an Irish version of it. I need to check that one out. Darren S, have you seen the movie Starry Eyes? I watched it this past week and I was impressed. Can't understand why this one passed by me. I haven't seen that yet. I know that people talk about it quite a bit. Who directs that again? Whoever directs Starry Eyes directed another new movie. Oh, what was it again? Let me know, guys. But I've not seen it yet. Are you a fan of the Bond movies? No, I'm not. I think I'm a fan of the Daniel Craig Bond movies. Not a fan, but I like them. Casino Royale is my favourite James Bond movie from 2006. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of them. Are you a fan of the Night of the Demons movies? I think Angela is badass. I'm a massive fan of the Night of the Demons movies. I love them so much. I even like part 3 that a lot of people hate, and I do like the remake as well that a lot of people hate as well. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of all 4 movies. I'll maybe even do a Night of the Demons top ranking at one point, so I won't give it away. David James said, sadly I need to go in 5 minutes. Oh, David. Would you give a heads up? Would you give a heads up to doing the live stream next time? And another question, would you do a live stream from the next horror festival in the UK? Missed out on the last horror festival and I was in the UK. When is the next one? The next one I'm hoping to go to is in October. It's called For the Love of Horror and it's in Manchester. I'm still trying to book accommodation, and if I get accommodation then I'll get the tickets as well, because Fred Decker will be there. He's the director of the Monster Squad. As for the live streams, David, it's hard for me to arrange for a live stream because I can arrange for a live stream in 3 days time, for example, and my plans change all the time. I'm a freelance photographer as well, so if I get a job in between the times that I'm saying that I'm going to do a live stream, I have to cancel the live stream. So this is why I always try and get a live stream arranged for at least a couple of hours before I'm set to do it, because that's the only time I can do it, unfortunately. Modern Scripts 86. I recently watched He's Out There. I done a review for that last year and I was pleasantly surprised by the movie. I seen the trailer for it and I thought this looks cheap, but I do like Yvonne Strahovski and she was great in it. And a lot of people hated the kids in this film, but I think the kids were quite realistic and I liked it. I liked the kids. The killer was uninteresting. It was like Halloween / The Strangers. But overall, for a low budget, crappy movie, it was really good. Darren S. It's the guys who did Pet Sematary. That's right, Starry Eyes. So the directors of Pet Sematary done Starry Eyes. That's right. No, but I've not seen it yet. But I will watch it one day because it does look quite interesting. Kevin Kolsch. That's the guy who done it. Have a good day, David. I hope to see you again soon. Hopefully, one of my live streams does coincide with you turning on your computer one day, so you can stick by and speak to us more. There's something on my roof. Usually get a lot of squirrels and birds on my roof, so you can always hear them running about. Thoughts on the movie Cabin in the Woods? I think that's a very, very overrated movie. It's okay. I don't hate the movie. I don't think it's great, and it's not a masterpiece. But everybody seems to love Cabin in the Woods, and I don't know why. I don't even find that to be a horror movie either. I'll probably have to watch it again. I've seen it once. So yeah, I'll give it another try, but I didn't love it. Hi Andy. Jiggle my dirty, smelly, moist, tight brown puff hole. Are you my dad? Are you Sir Alex Ferguson? I wish I was Sir Alex Ferguson. For those of you who don't know, Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest football manager of all time, and he was born in Glasgow, where I'm from, and he's from Scotland. So yes, I wish I was Sir Alex Ferguson, and no, I'm not your dad. You guys seen this? If I don't get questions now and again, I'm just going to ramble on about nothing. So look at this. I love the little flicker. Flicker, flicker. Darren S. Have you ever thought about collaborating with Dave McRae for a live stream? I thought about collaborating with everyone. I've not asked anyone to collaborate with me before. I'm not a fan of rejection, to be honest, and I don't want people thinking that I am a small-time person who just is dying to get a collaboration with someone. If somebody wants to collaborate with me, they can always contact me. If Dave McRae wants to collaborate with me, I'm more than happy to do so, and everybody else. I think the only person that has asked me to collaborate with them before is Willis Screeder, CP. If you're on Killer Flicks, you'll know who CP is. He's a really nice guy. He's collaborated with me in the past in the lead up to the Halloween 2018 movie. But again, for me, I'm from Scotland as well, so it's hard for me to collaborate with people even if they wanted to, because if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here, and I'm guessing if any of you guys are in the US, you're looking at about maybe 8, 9 in the morning. So it is hard to collaborate. And anytime somebody does a collaboration, like I did with CP, I was doing that at 1 o'clock in the morning, because it was like 7 o'clock at night over in the US. So yes, I would love to collaborate with anybody, but time difference is hard, and I'm not going to go asking everybody to collaborate, because I've got a bit of dignity as well. Are you Andy Robertson? No, I'm not. I'm Barry. Hey Raymond. I've been wanting to watch the original Black Christmas. If you've seen it, would you recommend it? No, I wouldn't recommend it. And don't shout at me, guys. I didn't love it. It was an okay movie. I think my problem with Black Christmas, the original, was I was expecting a masterpiece. I've been told it's better than Halloween. Halloween took its inspiration from Black Christmas, which it did. I've been told it's a masterpiece, so I thought, okay, I'm going to watch that at Christmas time. I watched it at Christmas time, and I've done a movie review for it. It was a good movie, but it was vastly overrated. So I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it if you're not a fan of the old slow 70s horror movies, but I would recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. Have you thought of collaborating with Jurgen Klopp? Yes, I already have collaborated with Jurgen Klopp on the pitch at Anfield, but just not on YouTube. What are your thoughts on the new Child's Play reboot? I've mentioned that before, Raymond. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go and see it on Friday. It looks like my most anticipated Child's Play movie since Child's Play 2. You can't get any worse. Hopefully you can't get any worse than Cult of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. If it's better than those two movies, then it's doing something right. Speaking of football, jingle my dirty, smelly, moist, tight, brown puffhole. I'll be coaching a kids' football team soon. So maybe I will see Jurgen Klopp eventually. Have you seen the movie Hell House LLC? It's on Amazon Prime. No, I haven't seen that, but every time I go into Amazon Prime to check out horror movies, that's the first thing that always comes up. And I think it's put me off because it keeps forcing me to want to watch it. And I don't want to watch it, but is it good? I don't know. Have you ever been to a music festival? If so, what one, or if not, is there any you would like to go to? I'm not a massive festival guy. In fact, I've been to one music concert in my whole entire life, and that was when I was 24. I went to see Oasis. Those of you who are from the UK will know who Oasis are, and it was a bad experience for me. There was a lot of drunk people fighting, albeit Oasis isn't the best place to go to a concert, but I'm not a massive festival person. I love music, but the music that I love doesn't tend to have festivals for them, so nah, I'm not a massive fan. Modern Script. I was told about the Halloween stuff, so that's why I wanted to check it out. Oh yeah, for Black Christmas. Yeah, definitely Halloween vibes in it, but Halloween just executes it way better. And speaking of Halloween, I don't know if you've seen this, guys, but somebody custom made this for me. And it flickers as well. I'm thinking about doing a little Halloween intro with this. Just kind of zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Because I do want to make my Halloween fan film shortly. I've pre-ordered the Halloween 1978 mask from Mad About Horror. So looking forward to getting that so I can see what I can do with it. 416 Ghost. Morning Wolfman, good afternoon over here. This was talked about a while ago, but do you think they will or even should make a remake of the Monster Squad? Yes, of course. I'm a fan of remakes, whether they're bad or good, because even if it's a bad movie, it exposes the original to the new generation of horror fans. So absolutely, I think there should be a Monster Squad remake. And I've said this before. I spoke to Fred Decker about this, the director of the Monster Squad, and he's all up for this as well. He thinks they should try and do a monster universe, not the Tom Cruise, the Mummy ones, but their own closed universe. Have a Dracula movie, have a Wolfman movie, a Frankenstein movie, and then at the end of those movies, have a movie called the Monster Squad, which would be the Avengers of these monster movies, and put them all together to fight against all these monsters and call it the Monster Squad. And that could be a really good idea for a remake. And I mentioned that to Fred Decker, and he says that's a great idea. He thinks that's the way it should go. But time will tell. But it's universal monsters. They're hard to take control over because copyright. Something fell there. M. Barnes, any news on Jason or Freddy reboots? Well, the latest news about Jason is the whole copyright issues with that Victor Miller guy is rumbling on. They're back in court again a couple of days ago. So, don't know what's going to happen. It's a shame because next year will be the 40th anniversary for Friday the 13th. If they could have got it sorted by now, they could have a Friday the 13th reboot in the works for next year, just like Halloween did for 2018. That's not going to happen now. As for Freddy, I don't know what the hold up is for A Nightmare on Elm Street because there's no copyright issues as far as I'm aware. So maybe they're still trying to find out some ideas of where they want to take it now because the remake wasn't successful. Darren, I first saw Halloween in 1982 on a pirate video in my hometown in Yorkshire. It's still my favourite movie of all time and it has a lasting effect on me. Talk about your first Halloween experience. I can't remember my first Halloween experience, unfortunately. It's a long time ago. I do remember watching it as a kid. My first proper memorable experience with it is back in 1996, I think it was. I was 12 at the time and I went to my friends for Halloween. And we felt we were too old for trick-or-treating, so his mum went out with his little brother and went trick-or-treating. So it was just me, my friend and his big brother in the house, and we stuck on Halloween. And I remember he made me a bacon sandwich, which was great for a 12-year-old. Made me a great bacon sandwich with all the lights off, and we were just totally scared watching this Halloween movie. It was great. What a great experience, and I'll always remember that for some reason. I wonder if he remembers that, I don't know, but I'll always remember that. Hi, Just Chris. Did you hear that Blumhouse is remaking Black Christmas? Yes, of course. I think that's been the last couple of days. It's been all over the news about it. So yeah, not excited about it, but I will watch it because the first remake of Black Christmas in 2006 wasn't great. So if it's better than that, then that'll be good. Hell House LLC. The first one is pretty good. It's a found footage type of movie. Slow burn, but has a lot of creepy, eerie parts to it. Give it a watch. Would love to hear your thoughts. I'll maybe check it out. I didn't know there was more than one of them. Have you ever seen Stakeland? No, I haven't seen Stakeland. I remember when it was in the cinema and I just never got round to seeing it. And I know there's a Stakeland 2 as well. And both of them I heard were quite good. Considering the second one is a sequel, and that's good as well. So I'll need to check them out. Sorry guys, I'm really thirsty. All this talking. Oh, I see the hand. This the depth of field in this camera is actually quite good. Have you ever been to the USA? Any plans to come soon? No plans to come soon, and I've never been, but I'd love to go. My uncle lives in the USA. He's lived there for over 40 years. He lives in Port Richey, Florida, and I've always meant to go and visit him, but I met a girl, got married, had kids, bought a house, got a car. Everything just got in the way and I've just never been able to go. I think when the kids are a little bit older, we'll all go over together to Port Richey, Florida, I think. Who's on your t-shirt? Nobody. It's just Saturn from Rugrats, Chucky's t-shirt. Have you seen It Follows or The Babadook? It is strange that people ask about those two movies in the one sentence all the time. I don't know why that is, because they're two completely different movies. One's a psychological drama and the other one's a horror movie. I love both of them. I think It Follows is one of the best horror movies in the last 20 years. And I think The Babadook is one of the best psychological dramas in the last 20 years. So both of them are fantastic, modern masterpieces. But yeah, The Babadook, I don't see that as a horror movie. I think that Jennifer Kent, who directed the movie, she directed it amazingly. She portrayed mental illness as a metaphor, as a horror metaphor, and I think that's where the horror elements come into it. But it's about a woman who's going through a grief and she's in the wrong state of mind to have a kid. There's so many layers to that movie, it's incredible. Have you seen What We Do in the Shadows movie or TV series? No, I haven't. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not that fan of the dry humour. I heard it's really good though, so again, it's another thing I've just never got around to watching. You excited for It Chapter 2, and what do you think they will do with the final form? That's a good question. Yes, I'm excited about It Chapter 2. It's one of my most anticipated movies of this year. My boy James McAvoy's in it as well, which is great. I don't know what they're going to do with the final form. Obviously, they messed that up in the TV series back in 1990, so I hope they don't make the same mistake that they did. But I am looking forward to it immensely. I think I asked because they came out around the same time. That's in reference to It Follows and The Babadook. Yeah, they came out round about the same time. That's right. What will be your first choice movie next weekend in the UK? Brightburn or Child's Play? I'm going to go and see Child's Play on Friday. If Brightburn's out on Friday as well, then I'll probably go and see both, to be honest. I was thinking about going to see John Wick Chapter 3 because I've still not seen that yet. But if Brightburn's out, then I'll probably go and see Brightburn and Child's Play. Do you have a favourite creature feature film? Depends what your class is creature feature. If any movie that features a creature, then I'll probably say The Monster Squad, for obvious reasons. Also, you excited for Doctor Sleep? Yes, I am. I didn't know that it was a sequel to The Shining. It might not be a sequel to The Shining movie. It might just be a sequel to The Shining book. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. The trailer sold me straight away. I probably don't need to see any more trailers because I know that it's a sequel to The Shining. So yeah, I'm very excited. I think they probably could have got somebody better than Ewan McGregor though. Kyle, love the channel. Thanks for all the hard work. Thanks very much, Kyle. Thanks for subscribing. If you subscribe, that is. If you don't, subscribe. I happened to watch them around the same time and thought they were great modern horror films. Yeah, like I said, I personally don't see The Babadook as a horror movie at all. But I can see why people see it as a horror movie. And I hate it when people hate The Babadook because they're expecting like a horror movie, like The Conjuring or Saw or something like that. And that's not the kind of movie The Babadook is. It's more than just a horror movie. Like I said, it's a psychological drama with so many layers. The Grudge is apparently getting another reboot. I don't like any of those Japanese horror movies. I don't like the Japanese horror movies with American remakes either. I don't like The Ring. I don't like Ringu. I don't like The Grudge. I don't like The Grudge from Japan. I don't like any of those movies. There's something about them that I just don't like. And I don't like the way they're filmed either. That kind of teal blue haze, like hue saturation over them. Just don't like them at all. Do you think It Chapter 2 will include the giant space turtle? Hopefully not. Now, it is hard because you want it to be faithful to the book, but if you're going to include this big space turtle that comes down to Earth to battle Pennywise before time began or before humans began, it's a little far-fetched. Let's keep it a bit realistic and grounded. So keep some of it out of the book. I don't want to see the space turtle, but if we do, I hope they're good with it. Have you seen the BBC show Ghost Hunters with pipes? What? Have you seen the BBC show Ghost Hunters with pipes? No. That sounds strange. Do they have pipes? I don't know. That's strange. Are you impressed with the adult cast for the Losers Club? Yes, I am. I don't think they should have cast 7 famous actors. I'm glad they've just made it 3 well-known actors and the other ones are not so well-known. We obviously know who they are, but they're not Hollywood stars. So I like that we've got a mix and I'm really happy with it. And again, my boy James McAvoy's in it. Brightburn's out on Wednesday. That's fine. I'll probably go and see that on Friday then with Child's Play. That's a good double feature for me. Are you excited for Stranger Things 3? Yes, I am. I love Stranger Things 1 and 2. So really excited for Stranger Things 3. Love the trailers for them as well. What would you like from an It Chapter 2 Nick of Pennywise? I don't know. I'd like to see what we see in this movie. If we see a big giant space turtle, then give us a neck of space turtle. If we have a big giant spider, then give us a big neck of spider. Ewan McGregor said Doctor Sleep is more faithful to the book. Well, there's not been another Doctor Sleep movie, so yeah, it's probably faithful to. It's probably going to be the most faithful movie to the book because it's the only one. Did you hear about the tweets Jason Blum has making about Halloween sequel? Yep, I've been keeping on top of that as well on my channel. Nothing massive to talk about yet, but at least we know that stuff's happening. What's the favourite movie you have in your collection? It's Back to the Future. It's my favourite movie of all time, so it's my favourite movie in my collection. Ellie McLeod, hello. Pipes was the ghost. So, no, I've never heard of it. Sounds strange. KSTK, Nostalgia Critic has been wearing your shirt. He's probably not been wearing my shirt specifically. He's probably wearing a shirt that says Wolfman's Got Nards on it for the Monster Squad, because I think he loves the Monster Squad. Or he did. Does he even still do a channel? But it's good when I see my name, my channel name on other people's shirts. The Artisan, Candyman, The Invisible Man, The Craft, all being remade. This trend isn't stopping, Wolf. I'm happy with that. I don't mind. If the remakes are rubbish, we still have the originals. Have you seen the film I've Been Waiting For You? It's a supernatural thriller and really hard to buy in the UK. Is that the one with Sarah Chalk from Scrubs? Or is that I've Been Watching You? I know there's one hard to get in the UK. I'm sure it's her from Scrubs that you're talking about. It's in that movie. And there's like a witch coven at the start of the film. Let me know if that's the one. I'm so excited for Doctor Sleep. Yep, me too. Never heard that it was even coming out until I saw the trailer, so I'm very excited. Darren S wrote, it was called Ghostwatch and was a mockumentary with Michael Parkinson. Yeah, I've seen that. They duped the nation into thinking a girl was possessed by a ghost called Pipes. Ah, right, okay. See, I've not seen it for years, like 20 years or so. Right, okay. Ghostwatch. Yeah, I've seen that. The G-Man. What's your favourite bad horror movie? I'm assuming you mean a horror movie that I like that everybody else hates. I'll probably say either Hellgate from 1989 or House 2, The Second Story from 1987. Love those two movies. Would you ever buy a high-end Michael Myers mask like the £300 ones? No. I think the ones that I get for $70 or £60 are good enough for me. And if I want them to look better, I'll just get somebody to mess around with it. Because I know a few people who can do that anyway. What's your opinion on the Pet Sematary remake? If you want to know my full opinion, I've done a movie review for it, so just search for it in my channel. But overall, I liked it. I said at the time I liked it better than the original, but that was a few months ago, back in April. Thinking about it now and seeing it again, it's not quite as good as the original, but I still like it. Yeah, Sarah Chalk. Yeah, I knew that was the one you were talking about. I've not seen it all the way through, but I watched it back in the days of Urban Legend, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I think because it reminded me of I Know What You Did Last Summer with the title, I checked it out and I just turned it off. But from what I saw, it was not too bad. Hi, Super Ryan. Ellie McLeod, have you watched Sleepaway Camp? I recently watched it, and that twist was amazing. Yeah, I've seen all the Sleepaway Camp movies. I've got them all as well, and I really like them. I think the twist at the end was so bizarre, and I think the twist, as much as I thought it was shocking and crazy and great, it didn't fit the movie, and there was no reason for that twist to be in the movie. So, yeah, it's a bit bizarre. The only masks worth paying £300 for are the mask gallery on Instagram, Leatherface masks. Never seen them before, need to check them out. I've got a Leatherface mask, but it's awful. Have you seen Terrifier, the clown that looks scary, but I started watching it and had to turn it off during one of the kills because it was too gory. I liked it up to that point though. I know what kill you're talking about, the one where the girl's upside down. I think it was a okay independent movie with a lot of unnecessary gore, but it was good for what it was. Are you going to watch it too? Yep, because it's the one of my most anticipated movies of the year, guys. Let me just show you this then, since we're talking about it. They all float down here. These balloons are so hard to hold up. Don't know why that's not focusing. Put that down. Have you heard of the TV show Revenge? No. Is it a horror TV show? And what network is it on? Or platform? Never heard of it. Oh. Just checking to see how long I've been on, guys. Where is it? I don't know how long I've been on. Oh, 48 minutes. Oh. I have that NECA. I keep them in the box though. I don't keep them in the box. I don't really mind not having them in the box. "2019 so far is the year of the overhyped movies." I think movies are always overhyped every year, so I don't think this year's any different. Skipper, what's your tattoo? It's from the old. I don't know if any of you will remember this. Can't even show you it because it's from Heroes. It's from an old TV show called Heroes back in 2006. Save the cheerleaders, save the world. Have you heard of the show Slasher? It's on Netflix and I think you would find it interesting. I've not seen it, but I have heard of it and I've seen clips of it and it does look interesting. And it's just one I've not got around to seeing either. It's your boy Bugsy. I was disappointed with Ma and Us movie. I'm hoping for a very Merry Christmas with the new holiday Blumhouse installment. Next weekend is by far the largest of summer, in my opinion. I've not seen Ma yet, but it does look good. It's not getting great reviews, so I'm hoping that I can give a better opinion for myself. But I really liked Us. Thanks, Bugsy. Have you thought about doing a ranking of all Carpenter films? I've not thought about doing a ranking of all Carpenter films, but I'm probably going to do a top 10 John Carpenter movies eventually, potentially this year. I'm excited for Halloween 5 lost footage. We may never see the lost footage. I know that somebody's found some footage potentially, but we might never see that. Hopefully we do though. Ooh. I really hope they put the deleted baby scene in at chapter 2. I still don't know if that was a scene. I don't know if it was maybe something that they were going to do. And if they don't put it in at chapter 2, and if it was a filmed scene, I know that they're bringing out another chapter 1 4K Blu-ray this year. A special edition director's cut apparently that's going to be a little bit longer. So maybe that will feature it. The G-Man, good to see a fellow Scot doing well on YouTube. I'm from Cathcart. Not far away, and thanks very much, G-Man. Have you watched MTV Scream? Very good, all of it. They have held season 3 hostage for a year now over rights to project. Have you heard of this? Yeah, I've seen Scream TV series season 1 and 2, and I really liked them. I didn't think I was going to like them because it looks a little bit pretentious, but I did really highly like the Scream series, and I seen the cast for Scream season 3. Don't know anybody in the cast, so I'm really disappointed that they've changed the cast, and I can understand why they've held it hostage because they don't know where to go with it just now as well. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. If they do a Halloween 5 30th anniversary collector's edition, they're going to have to do it fast because 30th anniversary is coming up very fast. Ellie McLeod, am I the only one who likes Halloween 4 and 5? Because over here they were very difficult to get on DVD. Where are you from, Ellie? Because as far as I'm aware, they're available everywhere. I love Halloween 4, but I hate Halloween 5. Have you seen Slaughter High? I don't remember it, but yes, I've seen it. Seen it years ago, 1986 movie. Slaughter High. Bye, Ryan. There was a leaked pic from the scene where he looks demonic in red. That's with regards to the baby scene. That wasn't confirmed. I actually posted a video of that a couple of years ago discussing that scene. But there was no concrete evidence to say that that was the baby eating scene. How do you feel about I Know You Did Last Summer franchise? Would you like a reboot from Blumhouse? What about Urban Legend, early 2000s, and Panic Room? Urban Legend wasn't early 2000s, it was 1998. A lot of people say that Urban Legend was 2000s as well, but it wasn't. It's definitely 1998. I would like to see a reboot of everything, to be honest. The late 90s was a great time for me with horror movies, especially slasher, and for them to reboot them all would be strange, but I would like to see where they would go with them. Halloween 4 is great. Yeah, we watch Halloween 4 on VHS. I love watching stuff on VHS. It's just got that nostalgic feeling to it. Ellie McLeod, you're from Scotland, but at this part it's very difficult to get from HMV. Just order from Amazon. I order everything from Amazon or eBay or whatever. I found it in CEX and got it with Halloween 1 to 5. But again, if you can't find anything in the shop, you've always got the internet. Have you seen the new movie called Hellfest? It was pretty good. Came out in theatres last fall. We didn't get it in the cinema in the UK, and if we did, it was very limited, so I didn't see it in the cinema, but I eventually seen it on DVD, and it was okay. I loved the setting for the film, and the cast was not bad, but it was just a boring script and not much happened. I think if more happened in the film, it would be a lot better. If you like obscure horror movies, check out The Baby from 1973. It's about a social worker investigating a family of women who have a 21-year-old man who dresses and acts like a baby. I've not seen it. I have heard of it. It's in Arrow Video, released it on Blu-ray, and that's in their buy one get one free sale just now. But I avoided it because it didn't look like my kind of film. Do you like the Trick or Treat film? I love Trick or Treat. If you're talking about the one I'm talking about, Trick or Treat from 2007, the Michael Dougherty one. I love it. It was unavailable on Amazon. It took over a year to find. Halloween 4 took 8. It's everywhere. Well, from what I can see, it was everywhere. Do you remember Disturbing Behaviour? Decent wee film out in the late 90s. Yep. 1998, Disturbing Behaviour. It's another horror slasher that I really liked with James Marsden and Nick Stahl. Really good. Kind of Invasion of the Body Snatchers style movie. Have you watched American Satan? Never heard of it. Do you like Phantasm? Not seen it yet, but I did buy it, so I will watch it eventually. Were you a big fan of the Hammer films? Cushing and Lee were amazing. No. I wasn't a fan of those movies. I'm still not a fan of those movies. I think if I had to choose one that I liked, it would be the Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. That was probably my favourite out of a bad bunch, to be honest. But I'm not a fan of the Hammer movies. What's your thoughts on Halloween 6 being Paul Rudd's debut film? Although it was Paul Rudd's debut film, Clueless came out around about the same time. So he probably filmed both of those movies back to back. He's obviously came a long way since Halloween 6. I didn't like Paul Rudd for a while until it just clicked for me with I Love You Man from 2009. That's when I started to like him. Have you seen any of the VHS films? For anthology films, they're really good. Yeah, I haven't. I've only seen the first two, and I really liked the first two. Very creepy. I might actually watch them soon. Phantasm is awesome. I will watch it eventually. Again, it's one of those horror movies that's not my style, but I will watch it. The only Halloween movie that I hated was Halloween 6. Have you watched the Suspiria remake? Halloween 6 I didn't like, but that's not the only one I didn't like. And have I watched the Suspiria remake? No, I haven't even seen Suspiria either. I don't think I'll ever watch either of them, to be honest. What are your thoughts on David Lynch? Again, his style of movie is not my style of movie. He's very creative though. The first VHS film is a low-key classic movie, save for the revolving story. That was horrible, but the 5 short films were great. I like the part in VHS where they go to I think they're trick-or-treating, and they go to this house, and something's going on in the attic. I'm in the attic right now. I Love You Man is great. Yeah, it's quite funny. What did you think of Sinister? Didn't like it. Don't like that style of horror movie either. Like Sinister and Insidious. But I do like the Conjuring movies. They're slightly different. How do you feel about Goosebumps books and TV versus the movies? I don't feel the movies do the creepiness justice. Yeah, well, I know what you mean. It will be the same as Are You Afraid of the Dark? When that comes out, the TV series creepiness were great because we were kids back then, whereas the movies are different because we're adults. But I like Are You Afraid of the Dark more. My son Jack, he loves Goosebumps, and his YouTube channel evolves around Slappy. Or revolves around Slappy. Hi Jambo. In your opinion, what's the worst Halloween? You'll need to check out my ranking. Have you seen Arizona with Danny McBride? Very different. No, I'm not a fan of Danny McBride. I like his horror stuff now. But his humour is like Seth Rogen's humour. What's the best part 2 to a horror film? I'd say Psycho 2. I don't know. I really like House 2, the second story. I think House 2 was slightly better than House 1. Child's Play 2. I love Child's Play 2. That's a hard question because there are a lot of sequels out there that get shit on, but I really like. The woman who turns into a monster and attacks those guys is so creepy. Yeah, that bit down her head. Ugh. You've seen the Love of Horror Con lineup? Yep. For the Love of Horror, the only reason I'm going is for Fred Decker. For obvious reasons. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes. So, it's been great talking to you guys. Again, I don't do a lot of live streams because it's hard to find the time to get them in. But I managed to get an hour or so in there. Am I going to review Saw at any point? Probably. It's a big franchise, so I'll have to review it eventually. But yeah, eventually I will. Have you ever seen Eastbound and Down with Danny McBride? HBO series? No, I haven't. Again, it's not something that I would watch. Yeah, you're going for Fred Decker too. I think a lot of us are going for Fred Decker, which is great. So I'll see you there. If you were to make a direct sequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, what would you do? It's hard because you could go back and do what they've done with the original one and have new people come into the little small town and Leatherface to kill those guys, or would you get Sally Hardesty to get the police in to come back and try and take down the family? There's a couple of ways you could do it. Do you like any of the Scooby-Doo films? Reluctant Werewolf or Zombie Island? Not heard of those two. I've not seen the Scooby-Doo films. I was a little bit too old for those when they eventually came out, so I didn't watch them. And thanks for watching my live stream, guys. So I'm just going to wrap it up. So if you have any more questions, guys, leave them in the comment section because I do go back to these videos anyway. So any questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll certainly answer them all for you. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go now. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for leaving your comments. Thanks for asking me the questions. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. And this bye-bye is going to take a while because I'm finding it hard to close this stream over. Bye, guys.